Hey everybody, so let's talk today about open rates for emails. When you're writing an email, one of the things you really need to do is maximize the number of people that open it. And that has to do all with the subject line. And the only way anything is going to happen or anybody's going to see what you wrote is actually open the email. So that's why the subject line is so important to get people to open up, and especially the right people as well. So you want to craft, great emails, but you really need to know how to get people to open it. And without, a compelling subject line, it sometimes can your greatest emails could not never be seen by most people. So that's why you really want to make sure you're getting good at creating engaging and interesting email subject lines. And that's really what you want to do. So, step one, you want to do something that's really attention grabbing. And so, something that's curiosity driven, you won't believe this deal, or, I never thought I'd be in this position, or I have good news and bad news, open to see and so those are the type of things. Is like it's curiosity. It's like what is going to happen in this email? Why should I be opening this email? And so that's part of the thing you want to do. And two is personalizing it. If you could put their name in the subject line at times. Now, part of it is don't do this all the time. You need to mix it up as well. That's one of the caveats I want to say to this is that you want to mix it up with some interesting things. You can personalize them. So use these in different ways, because that will really help to get more people to open and test, because your list may be more interested in different headlines as well. So again, part of it is having good fundamentals, but then also testing to your own list to see what they are really interested in as well, and that's really what you want to go from. So, and the other thing is to have value. Something that's going to be like, hey, I have a gift inside, or something like that, which actually has a gift. So you never want to lie in your headlines. There are headlines that open that free such and such, and I don't want to get canceled on my YouTube account, but you'd probably know what it is. And false promises will get high open rates, but you never want to use them, because you lose the trust of your list if you do that. So even though you use certain curiosity things, if you go overboard with something, false statements, never do that, please. So that will kill. You may have one time you have a high open rate, and after that everybody's just going to be like, oh, this guy's full of nothing. So that's what I want to do. So again, if you want to provide value, share what your value you're going to provide in content or information and things like that. And that's really what it is. Like, hey, I have a free ebook inside that's going to share with you these 4 facts, and something very, very succinct that you want to say. And the next thing is write conversationally. So you want it to be interesting. It doesn't have to be super proper. You really want to be able to show that you have a lot of different that you're talking to one person again, like we've spoken with before, and especially in the subject line, you want it to be sound like it coming from an actual person, not robotic or not some AI type of thing. And then you always want to have some sort of call to action. So if you're going to have in there, hey, open up, read now, claim your offer, things like that. That's what's really going to help to get people to want to do that. Or, ending soon. Anything that shows urgency of, need to open it right now is going to get more people to open up. And again, use that sparingly, because you want to actually be something that has that's going to do that actually is happening. One thing, if you're going to talk about it, says I've used sometimes like last time I'm going to talk about something. So this is the last email about X. So it gives urgency, and maybe it's not a sale ending or something like that. Say you're selling a widget online, says, this is the last time I'm going to talk about this widget. And that is true without necessarily like, oh, it's never going to be available. It's going to be available, but it's the last time I'm talking about an email. So it gives some urgency without lying. Now, you never want to lie. That's the number one thing. You never want to do that to your email list. These are your these are people. These are people on the other end that are reading your emails. They're giving you their time for doing to read your emails and open it. So if they do open it, it's got to be what's inside. So keep that in mind as well, because there's many people that have ways of getting people to open, but just loses any credibility you have with your list. You never want to lose credibility. Credibility is the number one thing you want to keep with your list as you continue to grow it, because people will stay with you for years. And I've had people that stayed with email lists that I've managed for years. I mean, they would be on the list for 3, 4, 5, or more years before they bought anything, and then all of a sudden they buy everything, and they'll spend thousands of dollars. Like I've looked at you over the years, I've seen where things go. I'm ready to go forth with you. Now you never want to rely on those, but again, it's like if you had integrity with your list, those start popping up with you more and more because they're looking and seeing what you're doing. So definitely do that. So again, if keep your subject lines fresh, make them interesting, personalize them, provide content, write them in the way that you speak conversationally, and have a call to action as well. Have some urgency in there in the subject line as well to get more people to open, and those things will really help you get more open rates. So till next time, talk soon.